Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Hub back into the video today. And today, Lonzo Ball, point guard for the Chicago Bulls, has picked up his $21 million. Yeah, I said $21 million. $21 million player option. This is absurd. I mean, this is a guy who hasn't played two seasons. This is a guy in his only season with the Bulls who only played 35 games. As an Astros fan, I know I'm getting into baseball, but we have a player, a pitcher named Lance McCullers Jr., who has not pitched in like 2 seasons and is being paid, if not the same amount of money Lonzo Ball's being paid, maybe more. And I say all the time, I mean, he should be in prison for he committed armed robbery. But I mean, Lonzo, it's sad. I mean, I think it's sad how he's, because, and honestly, that 2021-22 season, Lonzo looked great for the Bulls. He really did. And he looked, with what he did for Chicago in the 21-22 season and how, much of an impact he played on that team, he looked like he was worth the money. 35 games, he averaged 13 points per game. He averaged 2 steals and 1 block per game. He was great defensively. 5 assists per game, 5.5 rebounds per game. From 3, he was finally getting it together from 3. I mean, before the season before, he shot 38%, but he was shooting a career high 42.3% on 7.5 attempts with the Bulls. His field goal percentage was 42%, shooting 11 shots per game. He was playing really good basketball with the Chicago Bulls. And only played 35 games that year. Injuries were a problem that year for him, and they carried over to the postseason. The Bulls made the postseason. If you guys don't remember, the Bulls were like a top 3 seed in the Eastern Conference that year when healthy, when they had Lonzo, DeRozan, Vucevic, Levine. When they were healthy, that Bulls team might have made it far into the playoffs as a fully healthy team with Lonzo Ball. They might have made it to the second round, potentially, with Lonzo Ball, because they finished as the 7 or 8 seed and, ran into the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round. I'm not telling you guys that they'd beat the Bucks in a first-round series, but I think if Lonzo stays healthy, they're a higher seed than a 7 or 8 seed. I think they finished as the 7 or 8 seed, but I think that would have been probably a 6 or 5 seed if Lonzo stays healthy. So there's a better chance for them to potentially make it farther in the playoffs. But then Lonzo's injuries carry over to the next 2 seasons. He misses last season, the 22-23 season. He misses this season. And there's really no timetable for him to come back next year. He very well might miss next season too. And now he's opting into his $21 million player option. But I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, this was expected. And the funniest thing is that, we see all these team and player options that are either going to get accepted or denied throughout the offseason. This is the first one that we've seen out of player options or team options get declined or accepted. Lonzo was wasting no time to accept that player option. He wanted the $21 as soon as possible. But I mean, yeah, I think that I don't know if you see this happen. You've seen that Lonzo has accepted the team option. Do you think it's a good thing if you're the Bulls or a bad thing? Because do you try to trade his contract? Because I don't know if you try to keep him and you try to hope he gets back on the floor and gets healthy. Because I mean, next year is like really the last year you can hope he can return to the floor for you, because after that he's going to be a free agent next offseason, and after the 2024-25 season he will be a free agent. There will not be a team option, there will not be a player option. He'll be a free agent. So what I'm thinking is, do you trade him now? But at the same time, who's going to take on a bad contract with a player who hasn't played in 2.5 seasons? That's something I don't think someone's going to take. So I've seen sources saying that the Bulls might have to, this might be a situation for the Bulls where they have to trade some draft picks, whether it's multiple second-round picks or a first-round pick, for someone just to take Lonzo's contract. So I guess honestly, I don't think you're going to get anything special for Lonzo unless you paired something with him. Another player, like let's say if if it was Alex Caruso or Zach LaVine or draft picks, maybe you can get something. But I don't think you're not going to get something by just trading Lonzo somewhere. You're going to actually have to add something to trade Lonzo somewhere because no one's going to want to take on not only his contract, but his injury. I mean, I think someone would if Lonzo was healthy, someone would definitely take on his contract, definitely would give up something nice for him, but he's not. And I've also noticed something about like both Ball brothers. Both Ball brothers, LaMelo and Lonzo, have a hard time staying healthy. And I don't think it's talked about enough with LaMelo. And I think knowing this has happened for Lonzo, if you look at Lonzo's the course of his career, I went over the last 2 seasons. He hasn't been available. Only played 35 games in the 2021-22 season. Only played 55 in the 2021 season. So he missed 17 games, only 72 game season that year. 2019-20 season is really his only healthy year in the NBA. He played 63 games. That was a shortened season. They were not a part of the bubble. So he actually almost played every game that year. 2018-19 season with the Lakers, played 47 games. So he missed, he missed 35 games. 2017-18 season, his rookie year, only played 52 games with the Lakers. So he missed 30 games. Now I'm going to get to LaMelo, his younger brother, who is definitely a better player than Lonzo, not doubting that. But he has had injury problems in his career as well in his first 4 seasons. LaMelo only played 22 games this year. So LaMelo missed a total of 60 games this year for the Hornets. I know the Hornets were trash, but he still missed a lot of time. He played 36 games in the 22-23 season. So that's another, 50? Yeah, almost 50 games missed. His only healthy season is his second year in the NBA with 75 games played, and he played 51 games in his rookie year, so that was a 72. So he missed 21 games in his rookie year. So injuries have been a problem for both Ball brothers, and I guess it runs in the family to have injury problems in their family. But yeah, I mean, people talk about how bad the Hornets are and why they can't win games. Honestly, I look at the last 2 seasons, LaMelo only playing 58 games in the last 2 years. Hornets might be a good team if LaMelo stays healthy. And the Bulls would be a really good team if Lonzo stayed healthy as well. So these are 2 really talented brothers, Lonzo and LaMelo, and they both can't stay healthy. I find it a little sad because Lonzo was, when he joined Chicago, his first year in Chicago, those first 35 games of that 21-22 season, he was really starting to figure things out. New Orleans before, he was starting to play good basketball, but Lonzo was playing the best basketball of his career so far. He was playing great defensively. He was having his best shooting season of his career. He was scoring the ball well, averaging 13, 5, and 5. He was playing great for the Bulls, and they were a great team before he got injured too. So I find it a little sad that his career's gone downhill, but maybe he can get healthy. I don't think so, but I hope so. Let me know your thoughts, and peace out.